Well, my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of F1 Manager 2022 in our Aston Martin career mode. We are very much at the end of the season now with just 3 races, including today's, to go. Last episode is linked above. Feel free to go and check it out, my friends, should you wish. Right, we have got a bunch of things I want to do before we crack on today. A big one is kind of taking a look at the cars. Car 1, we stuck a new engine on, we stuck a new engine on both. ERS system, we put a new one on there, not so much on there. So I've decided basically to stop incurring so many penalties, to run beat up units through practice and then use better units for qualifying and the race, and see if we can basically make what we've got left last for the 3 races, because I don't really want to have to, if I can help it, produce too many parts. So rear wing, front wing, right, we probably do need to produce a couple of front wings. Car development, current, we're doing, we do need to manufacture a couple of front wings. We could maybe get away with 1, but just based on what Stroller's been doing recently, binning it, I'm a little worried basically. So yeah, I'm just going to do it normal, get a couple of front wings in, but other than that, I think we're okay for car parts, to be honest, with you. So yeah, we're just going to carry on as we are. I'm not going to do any facility stuff at the moment. I believe that we are still working on some stuff. Memorabilia room, one day, it's being refurbished, so that'll be done pretty soon as well.
Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not 1, not 2, but 3 DRS zones. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Right, yeah, it's going to be a dry weekend. Kind of expected that from Mexico. But, yeah, we're going to crack on. Let's get practice done. Let's see what we can do with these cars. And then it'll be on to race day. Right, so practice is done. And look at that setup for Sebastian Vettel. He's getting 15 out of 15 performance bonuses. Oh my god, that is beautiful, and not a bad effort on the setup for Lance Stroll either. You know what's mad, gang? It's something that I've learned, okay? You cannot set both cars up the same. I've tried it in a couple of practice sessions where I feel like I'm getting one car better than the other, so I decided to set one car up the same. You cannot do it because the car is set up to the driver. So that's something that's really interesting that I've kind of learned, you know? So, yeah, this is where we're at. Too optimal. Unbelievable, beautiful stuff. But yeah, you'll see there are some minor differences. Do you know what, I'm not going to tweak it. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. Everything's pretty good as we now head into qualifying. Right, it's time for quali. Let's get Strolly out, then we'll get Vettel out, not far behind him, and yeah, let's just punch in a lap, get it done, see where we're at as in regards to everybody else. And yeah, we're gonna go from there basically in this race weekend. I'm kind of at a point now with the cars in the season where I feel like if we punch one lap in, we know we're not going to improve on it. Why bother doing another lap? We're just putting stress and strain on all of the car parts. If we can keep our costs down to a minimum now in the latter part of the season, I think it'll do us some favours as we obviously head into the break and we try to develop a car that can be far more competitive next season. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of throwing everything at the research at the minute. I was really increasingly looking like there's going to be a new driver lineup for the team as well. So that could potentially be interesting if we really think about it. For the first lap, I think I am just going to leave this as automatic, to be honest with you, gang. And we are going to get ready to go. Let's just put it on the driver so we can keep an eye on the laps that they're punching in, as Vettel has begun his lap as well behind us. I do have it on ×2 speeds. You don't really get a good feel for it when it's on 2 times speed. Everyone's going to be on that soft tyre in qualifying. Sainz must be out on the racetrack. Yes, he is. I just see a little bit of wear on the tyres. Yeah, they're on their out laps, and then we've got yeah, we're on a flying lap. I wish it would show you on here what sort of lap. Vettel locked up. That's not going to be good for his thing. I reckon that yellow flag might have been Vettel, you know, as he went off the racetrack. But oh well, it is what it is. We will just take a quick look at this. We'll see how bad it was.
It involves Sebastian Vettel. Well, they've locked up.
Yeah,
they won't have been
that's not good. Okay, well, he's going to have to go out again probably. Could have done without that, couldn't we? But is what it is. Let's see where we are at as we come to the end of our flying lap. And Stroll punches in on 118. Sainz is going to go round soon. We're going to find out what he punches in. Yeah, it's a pretty poor lap in the end from Vettel. 800ths off of what Stroll managed, but no real surprise. He managed purples first and second sectors, so if he hadn't binned it a little in the middle, definitely would have gone faster. So there you go. We're going to have to send Vettel out again, I think, just to try and set a better lap, because that's not going to be the greatest lap of all time.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Albon locked up this time. That might do us a favour in the qualifying session as we continue to compete in the latter part of this season with the Williams. So there we go. A 1:16.9 is what the Ferrari has punched in. So yeah, we are really off the pace, but we are all the time, to be fair, gang. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't anything out of the ordinary. Albon went very slow as a result of the lockup that he had. Latifi, where's he gonna go? He's slower than us as well. So even with Vettel's terrible lap, we're still faster than the Williams. So there you go. That's pretty interesting in itself. So let's just speed this qualifying up a bit. I do like everyone to try and set a lap before I think about sending us out for another go. But look, if we stay ahead of those Williams, then we could maybe get away with it. As things stand, I don't think Stroll's going to have to go out again. We can really kind of look after that car going into the race, which would be great. Really, really would be great. I'm going to send Vettel out again just because I would like him to set a better lap. So, let's see what he can manage, shall we? We are in the drop zone. That's to be expected. So here we go. Vettel is setting a lap. And hopefully it's going to be a better lap. It's a very good lap. Went faster than Schumacher and Ricciardo. And as things stand, he would be through to Q2. That is incredible. That is incredible. I don't think that's going to be the case when qualifying's all said and done. But that's a much better lap from Sebastian Vettel.
Okay, and all the way to zero.
Yeah, all the way to zero. Let's see what other people punch in. Schumacher is there. Ricciardo punches in a much better lap. He goes quicker than Vettel. There you go, though. Vettel showed a bit of fight there, didn't he? That was interesting. Is Schumacher going to go faster? No, he's not. No, he is not. That's actually a small win. All right, I'm going to take it. Small victories. That's what you need to keep you going when you're in a team like this.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. Haas gave a solid performance in qualifying, and they'll be happy enough with their grid position here. Let's see if they can make it work for them. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
Well, there's some serious decision making ahead for teams and the drivers as we begin the Mexican Grand Prix.
Right, gang, it is time for the race. That was pretty good in qualifying. I really thought we were going to get through to Q2 for a minute. I got very excited. Okay, let's have a look at our cars, shall we? Alright, I feel like all the parts are going to be okay for the race. What we need to do first is I need to set this up first before I really can decide what I'm going to do. Now, we can one-stop this race, but can we be aggressive and one-stop it? That's what I want to know. So if we were to go medium, and then we were to go hards, how far? Ooh la la. Right. If we were to... no. We would have to be pretty careful on the hard tyre. But we could go... We could take the medium on a pretty heavy stint to lap 25. Then we just go on the medium till the end. We'd have to look after that medium tyre though. But that's what we could do. I'm going to do that with Sebi. Let's do that with Seb. Go back and then, yeah, the driver options. So we can go heavy on that first. Yeah, we'll keep that balance to begin with. This is something I need to get braver with. Under fueling the car. Obviously, you really have to manage it when you do heavily under fuel, but I have noticed the last few races we always tend to have a lot of fuel left. So, you know, but if you don't have a safety car, then you end up sort of in trouble a little bit. So let's just check these. Oh, that's a very healthy car. Very healthy car. Now, I would love to push this car to its limits if possible. But I would like to one-stop as well. So I do really want to push the tyre. Add a new stint. So, yeah, the soft just cannot. Soft just cannot do it. If we went medium, we would not get that tyre to the end if we really hammered it anyway. I'm thinking maybe we're going to go on the same strap, but maybe we'll come in a lap earlier. But yeah, we'll hammer those tyres. Or do we do a two-stop? Decisions. No, we'll come in a lap longer. Then we can't really increase, but the tyres would have so much in them that we might be able to push towards the end. They would be very much at their limit though on lap 26, wouldn't they? Now we'll bring him in a lap earlier then, and yeah, we'll do that. Same strat, but their optimal lap is just one apart, so we can kind of manage them. We're going to start in 12th with Sebastian Vettel. That's incredible. And we're going to start in 16th with Stroll.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. And there's Sebastian Vettel. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The teams are ready to go. This is it. Here we go with the Mexican Grand Prix.
Here we go. Let's see what we can make happen, shall we? In this race or weekend.
And away we go.
I totally forgot to do that, but we can do it now.
Push a bit more.
Yep, and that. What an idiot. He probably got a really bad start as a result of me not doing that.
Okay.
Let's see what Vettel can do from 12th position. Obviously, some penalties have been taken by other drivers. And so, yeah, as a result, we're kind of a lot higher up the grid than we are ordinarily used to, gang. Yeah, let's see what we can do. He's gained a couple of spots already, which is good to see. Stroll is still running in 16th. Vettel and Tsunoda are having a bit of a battle there into that corner. But he has got a very good setup car for this race, so it's going to be interesting to see what Vettel can do this time around, isn't it? To be fair, really going to kind of get an idea of where the car's sort of at. I am going to push a little on the engine and the fuel to begin with, because I just know later in the race we will be left with a bunch of fuel, so I am just going to dump quite a bit of that early on. Here we go. Sebi's having another look, and this time it's on the McLaren. Is he going to get the job done? Not quite, by the looks of things. He's going to have another go. What's going on there? Why did we get a weird little cutscene? Don't know. Oh, Ricciardo spun out, that's why. We are going to settle into neutral, though, on that. But yeah, the tyres, we are essentially leaving the tyres as they are. Like, really going to hammer these tyres, but we're going to have to look after the hards in the latter part of the race. But interesting start this from Sebastian Vettel. Finds himself in 10th position. DRS is now enabled. There's 3 DRS zones here in Mexico, so that's really interesting. Sebi is going to go down the outside this time. Is he going to get this done? Probably not. He switches back for a better line. Yeah, it's a battle. It is a battle. Another driver locked up. Lance Stroll is running in 15th. There's a crash. Several cars involved. There we go. There we go. What's happened here? Mick with the switchback. He locks up. He bins it. Absolutely bins it. I don't see how there was multiple cars involved. That just looked like Mick locked up and it was see you later. But they're blaming the Williams by the looks of things for the crash. This isn't a proper yellow, so you don't really have to worry about that. I think it's just a single wave. So yeah, we can carry on. Back racing. Let's push this on a bit. Let's see what we can achieve at this Mexico Grand Prix, as Vettel was having another look. He's still having another look, and I think he's going to get the job done. That's amazing. He's up to 9th position, but DRS down this straight is going to be tough for him to hold him back. But that's very nice from Sebastian Vettel. Don't need to watch it back. We know what he did. We know what he achieved. It's very good. It's really good. Let's just balance that out a little for both cars. Right, Sebi, what are you going to do? You're 1.8 seconds away from Zhou, and you can hammer these tyres, sunshine, for the next 20-odd laps. But, yeah, the DRS is going to be an issue, because there's 3 DRS zones, and these cars are lightning quick compared to us. So, yeah, you're going to have to drive the absolute shit out of that car, sunshine. As you see, Tsunoda goes by quite easily, but we probably will get the DRS on Tsunoda again at another point. But let's just push on with the race a little now and see what happens as we enter the pit windows. Right, where are we at? As you can see, people looking after those tyres, they're on a very different strat to us. I would imagine they're going to go a bit longer than us on the tyres. Stroll overtakes Ocon, so Stroll is in 15th. Vettel is now down to 11th. Russell's just overtaken him. Yeah, there's some quick cars behind us. I'm not going to get overly excited, gang, about where we are, you know, on the racetrack and whatnot. But let's just see what we can do in this race weekend, basically. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. We're probably not on for points, gang. You know, we just want to go as well as we can go in the race. And if we can hang on to a pretty quick group of cars, that will do us some serious favours, you know? It will just drag us along nicely. The DRS trains are very important when you are a slower car and you're trying to keep up with quicker cars. Right, so let's really move this on a fair amount now and just see what happens. I would imagine we'll settle in around here between 13th and 17th is where I imagine we will settle in eventually. When you can push the tyres though, that's what's important. It does have to be said, he's got to go a lap longer than Vettel, and Vettel's tyres are in better nick, so just shows you the smoother driver of the two is. So 10 laps for Vettel, and then he will be pitting.
That's a good overtake.
Con overtake Stroll. There you go. We've already got some pit stops going on towards the back of the grid, which is interesting. Stroll now 2 seconds away from Ocon, so Stroll's just rolling along on his own. I've totally forgot about the fuel, so we do need to balance that out a bit. But yeah, Vettel's doing well because he's just kind of stuck in there, hasn't he, with those cars, and that's really served him very, very nicely.
A lock-up.
Magnussen just locked up, so Magnussen's all the way back to 15th as a result, but managed to hold on. Alonso now. Alonso is fighting his way up the grid. But yeah, Stroll's kind of been left. We've just entered the pit window. That's interesting. I thought you were. Oh no, you must be coming in earlier. You're coming in 24. Okay, you're the one that's coming in the lap earlier. Right, that's good to know. Yeah, you're gonna have to come in earlier as well because you are struggling a little on those tyres, aren't you? Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna give me a notice because it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna be told on optimal lap basically. Because they are a lap apart for their pit windows, so that's going to be very nice. So it's going to trigger Strolls in a minute. So yeah, there we go. Open the pit options. You're going onto the hard tyre. Pit.
Box.
Okay,
I'm happy to box.
And where are you? Yeah, you've still got a lap to do, so let's just speed it through. We get you around most of the lap, and then I'm going to ease off on the tyres so that that's ready for when he comes out, basically. So we're going to ease off now. You are going to go onto the hard as well. Pit.
Yeah, take it easy. Copy.
None of that. Vettel has been running quite nicely in this race. He really, really has. He's been fighting with these cars, and I think he's done a pretty good job to stay where he is at. We're going to see how he gets on in the second stage of this race, though, when he has to ease off a bit and do things a little differently, but he's done very, very well to run P11 for the majority of the race. Been really good, really good. Been far improved. Both drivers to this point, far improved. Let's leave that on balance. So, Stroll, 17th position. He comes out on the racetrack. So, yeah, I'm just waiting, basically, with Vettel. Ocon's pulling away from him. No real surprise though with the tyres and whatnot. Zhou's probably going to get the job done. No, he isn't. He's not quite close enough. So yeah, let's just drop these in on standard.
Back off.
And that, because we are pitting right now. There we go. Lovely job.
Copy.
Lovely job. Right, now the pits are done, we can move on with the race. There we go. Vettel comes out in 15th position. Very nice. Very nice. I'm a bit worried about the fuel in Stroll's car. Gonna be honest. But yeah, Danny Rick is going to get Stroll, I think. Don't know how, but he just seems to be a lot quicker than us at the moment. So yeah, it's one of those things.
Aston Martin with a great
Vettel's overtaken Magnussen. It's going to be a bit tit for tat there. Norris has been dragged in. So has Ocon. So there you go. We've kind of dragged those cars back. So there's a DRS train there from Sonoda down.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And they're going to drag each other along, that little pack there from 10th to 15th. They're probably going to kind of drag each other along if they can all stay close together, which is good for Vettel's race. Very good for Vettel's race. Our biggest concern at the moment is getting Stroll to the end, but the fuel is recovering, and I think a lot of that is because him and Ricciardo are kind of dragging each other along at the minute. So the slipstream is helping there. Here we go though, with 31 laps to go. 81% tyre wear on Vettel's tyres, a bit more than Stroll. Stroll in the late race is managing those tyres better. He came in a lap earlier. But yeah, they should go to the end. They should go to the end. But is everybody else going to go to the end, or are they going to go on to the soft tyre? Because I could see them going on to the soft with about 20 to go, potentially. It will be a faster tyre, even on a slower pace. So, it's kind of where we're at. So yeah, let's just manage the fuel. But yeah, Vettel's doing a really good job. A really good job. He's lost K-Mag. K-Mag doesn't have the DRS. So the fact that Vettel is sticking with... But we've got the leaders catching us up now, though. So that's a worry, because we've all seen what happens when the leaders catch us up. They end up causing problems. But yeah, Vettel can stick with this little group of cars. He will continue to pull away from K-Mag, and that will do us a world of good in the race. So yeah, we are going along quite nicely. Yellow flag, was that? No, nothing too serious. Stroll and Ricciardo having their own race. Gasly spun out. He's up in 9th anyway, not really one to worry about for us. But yeah, the gap to K-Mags, is around about 5 seconds now, which is lovely. But Norris is starting to kind of pull away a little from us, and that will just be the tyres going off, I would imagine. Here we go, though. There are other cars pitting. Vettel is up into 12th because we're not pitting again. We are not pitting again, but some of those cars that we were driving along with have pitted. Vettel really needs to try and catch Tsunoda and Ocon if he can. He needs to kind of rein them in a little and then let them pull him along if possible. That's really interesting. What tyre have they gone on to? That's the thing. Gone on to the medium. It's going to be better than ours. It's going to be better than our tyre. They will catch us. They will catch us. That is inevitable, which is one of the reasons why we could really do with Vettel. Maybe trying to get on the back of Ocon and Tsunoda. How long are they going to go? Yeah, they're going to go to the end of the race on that hard tyre for sure. For sure's. But yeah, you've just seen, look, they are catching. They are catching. Quite an alarming rate as well. So, yeah. That's not going to help either, the leaders. As you see, look, down to 9 seconds. Because you have to slow down for the leaders. You have to move out of the way, so it's one of those things. And Ocon's pulled away. So yeah, we are going to be in a bit of trouble here when Norris and Alonso catch us up. But that's the thing with trying to go to the end. Oh my god, so much fuel. So much fuel. I totally was not keeping an eye on that with Stroll. Stroll's running 17th. Yeah, he's kind of running along quite nicely with Ricciardo, isn't he? Vettel, they've caught Vettel up. That was always going to happen. They have caught Vettel up. Now, can Vettel use the DRS to kind of hold on with these drivers now?
That's a good overtake.
Basically what he needs to do, and I don't think he can. They are so quick. And then we've got Magnussen 8 seconds behind up the road. Yeah, they're gone. They are gone. That's the tyres, though. That's the joy of having those tyres. So, yeah, maybe this hasn't worked the way I would have liked it to be honest with you. For Vettel, because Magnussen is catching. We're just going to be 15th and 16th at this rate. But yeah, the tyres have definitely gone off. We're not
okay on
fuel.
Yeah.
Alright. I reckon we will be fine though. But yeah, look, that's Magnussen behind us. And they all went on to that medium. So they pitted and caught me up. So there you go. It's not always the case that you can go that far, because obviously you've got to think about tyre wear. But oh well, it was worth a go, wasn't it? It was worth...
Come on.
It was worth a go. This strategy, at the end of the day, in my opinion.
Pass with an overtake there.
To see how far we could go in the race. And yeah, unfortunately for us, just not enough. We're so far ahead of Lance Stroll though. But yeah, there's not going to be any more pit stops for anybody now. So yeah, we're going to be finishing 15th and 16th by the looks of things as things stand. So I don't know. Maybe it could have been better. Maybe we did run these. We run these a bit long. I can't remember where the mediums were at when we pitted. Did they maybe have another lap or two in them? Who really knows? But you know what? You've got to try these things, gang. You've got to try different stuff and see if it can help you. We're going to finish in front of the Williams. We're going to finish in front of one of the Haas. We're going to finish in front of a McLaren by the looks of things. So I don't actually think it's that torrid a time. We're finishing in front of other cars. K-Mag just in front of us. They're not going to pick up any points either. So there you go. That's the race at the end of the day. But there you go. We're into the last lap now. Vettel at one point, fuel's getting low. All right, we're going to have to conserve the fuel then for the last lap, which is pretty mental. We might not make it, which is
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
Which is pretty crazy. But yeah, so that is that, gang. We are going to just about to be entering the last lap in a moment, with Vettel potentially struggling to get to the end of the race. There you go. That would be insane, wouldn't it? But yeah, K-Mag went past us and then really pulled away. Oh God, please be able to get round. Please be able to get round this lap, because at the minute it's 0.1 of a kg. Not able to. Another drives over the line. Oh, Verstappen wins the Grand Prix.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Yeah, it would have been nice, wouldn't it, if we could have just gone a bit faster on both tyres. I think that's what cost us as well. The one time I was able to set it up so that we could basically just go really heavy on the tyres.
That's checker flag.
Couldn't help. But there we go. He's saying a struggle. But look, considering where the car's at, I actually see 15th and 16th as not a bad day at the office. Well, there you go. That's the race result. So Vettel ended up 3 places down from where he began. But look, look at the cars in front. They're all faster than us. And they took grid penalties. So it's not like they were going to be crap because they had fresh engine components or power units or whatnot. Lance Stroll finishes where he began. So yeah, as things stand, this is where we're at. Yuki Tsunoda's now ahead of Vettel. Yeah, it's pretty crap, isn't it? This season, really, for the drivers and the constructors. We remain in 9th, and with Just a couple of races to go. Can we pick up points in those races to topple the Haas? And so that brings another episode of our F1 series to an end, gang. I actually don't think that was the worst race. I actually had a lot of confidence in the strategy, but look, when your car isn't amazing, this is what happens. So yeah, I just don't think it's that bad. When you think about where we qualify most weeks, to then improve in the race on qualifying is always a small win in my opinion. We're saving the money. We're going to go big in the off season, hopefully, to improve this car for next year. We could have a new driver lineup. We've got 2 races to go. Be sure to join me to see what happens in those races. But until then, if you're new around here, consider subscribing. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and feel free to get involved in the comments. Let me know if there's anything you think I'm doing wrong. What could we improve? I would really like to hear from you. But anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you real soon.